Hello, everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening again. It's me, Aryan, and coming to you live from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Just a short introduction if this is the first time that you're seeing me. I'm Aryan, and I'm a Filipina immigrant living here in Windsor, Canada, together with my husband and two young boys. I have a 7-year-old and a 14-year-old, but I'm originally from Bulacan, Philippines. I lived also in Metro Manila in around the Parañaque area and Muntinlupa area. And I came here in Canada in 2022 as a student because we're looking for greener pastures, for better opportunities for ourselves and our kids as well. While I was studying, I juggled multiple jobs. I started as a cleaner, became a concierge and move-in coordinator not long after. And then I took up the PMP certification exam after the program, and luckily I passed. And then, like just months after that, I started as an IT analyst in a food distribution company here in located in Toronto. But I knew that I still have a couple of hours to spare, and I thought to myself that I still want to earn extra because it's going to be big for the family, who for our family who is still processing our papers, waiting for a permanent residency here, right? And so that is how I found this online business, this amazing online business, from a Filipina as well, living in Toronto, Canada, who started this digital business, her own digital business, as a sideline, as a side hustle, while she was on maternity leave. And right now, she's already one of our powerhouse coaches in the community. And I am proud to be one of the digital business owners in this online business community because I'm helping ambitious, hardworking, dedicated career parents, moms and dads, make money online so that they can have or they can spend more time with their family. And that is because I've also experienced, back in the Philippines where and I used to be an SAP programmer. I knew that I have had good pay, good benefits there. But after 10 years, I was there in the same same boat. I had to live paycheck to paycheck because I knew we could have done better, but we have bigger dreams for our family, and that is also one of the reasons why we came here in Canada to support that dream, right? So actually last night, if you haven't watched this, so I was last night I did a live interview with Coach Rebecca Soriano, who's also a mom like me, but she's a healthcare worker, a radiographer living in Toronto, who's also a digital business owner. And if you haven't watched that, please make time to watch that because there are a lot of golden nuggets that you've discussed there. And I am pretty sure that it's going to give you some inspiration, some motivation as a mom, like practically as a mom, how you can really manage your time, your tasks, every single day, for you to at least make time for your own dreams as well. And that is actually the reason why I chose this topic for tonight. It's actually somewhat related to the discussion that we had last night because it's I believe we touched a bit about this. And because as moms, we can relate with each other, and we know other moms can relate to us as well, that sometimes our mind is like running a marathon. Every single day that we wake up, we have a lot of things in our mind, and we haven't even started the day, but our mind's already full of a lot of I don't know, the little things like the tasks that we have to do for the day. What time am I going to work? What time should I be picking up the kids, or what time should I be cooking the lunch or dinner for them to be able to eat before they go to their after school activities, things like that. There's a lot, like literally a lot of things on our mind, and that is actually what we call invisible load, because that's not really very noticeable. Like we only think about, okay, these are physical chores, but the emotional and mental load that is incorporated with that, we don't even talk about that, right? And every little detail that we think about, keeping the household running smoothly, our personal lives, our families' lives, our kids' lives, our husbands, our wives' lives. It's draining, and it's easy to feel burnt out, right? And these are somewhat like unseen burdens that we have to fix. We have to find a way to lighten it, because if not, that could cause our relationships, right? We know that. So, how do we really do that? How do we lighten the load? How do we reclaim the energy? How do we improve our own well being? That's what we're going to discuss in this Go Live session. And our topic is entitled The Invisible Load: Tackling Mental Burnout from the Endless To Do Lists Mom Carry Alone, right? So, that's a very special topic for tonight. I just thought about that because Coach Rebecca last night was also talking about how she was able to juggle different stuff, work, family, and the business when she was starting this online business. And it was hard because she also had multiple jobs, and she had like 8 to 16 hours of shift. That's totally like, I don't know, that's difficult, of course, for anyone who goes through that, right? But she was able to break free from that. And how do we really do that as moms, right? Does it ever really stop? Of course it stops, and we can actually manage and handle it. So yeah, so that's our topic. So before we start to like discuss a lot of things here, we have to define first, of course. We have to know first, what is invisible load. What's invisible load? So, invisible load actually refers to the mental and emotional work that often goes unnoticed. So, you see, if we think about a lot of things, yes, we know that these are physical chores, these are things that we need to handle, like physically, like, supported by movement of our bodies, yes. But there's also mental and emotional aspect that's related to that, to all of those tasks that we need to do. And we don't really, a lot of times we don't really recognize that, we don't acknowledge that. But you know what? I believe that's more essential, more significant to be acknowledged than the physical work itself, because that is I believe that is what your soul tells you. It's because your soul could tell you, your inner self could tell you that, okay, you have a lot to do, just take it slow, just get it running smoothly, but you have to take it slow. Don't put too much pressure on yourself because you're going to be burnt out soon. It's kind of like a warning. And those invisible loads includes actually all of the planning, organizing, trying to remember everything, the worry, even the worry that typically falls on you, as a mom. You worry for your husband, you worry for your kids, especially if you have more than one kid, right? So it's difficult. So you see a lot of those things are running through the mind of a mom, right? And it's hard to keep track, really, of everything else. So that's what invisible load is. And do you know what's affected by that, right? What's affected by that is our mental and emotional health. And that is more important because if we are not in a good place, it's more difficult to keep up with the family, to try to take care of your family, especially your kids. So that's the impact of that invisible load. So we're saying here that carrying that invisible load alone, especially as a mom, it leads to anxiety, stress, and feeling overwhelmed. So it's so easy to feel these kind of negative things because you are already, I mean, your imagine your day is going to be so full of, activities, of tasks, of chores, especially if you also have a day job. Maybe you're not in good terms with your boss, or maybe you're always thinking about or rushing, going to the office. Oh my gosh, I'm always late. Like, before going to the office, I still have to prepare my kids, things like that. It seems like it's an endless battle, and that actually results to anxiety and to too much stress. And we all know now that too much stress can actually kill us, right? Right. So we have to really be we have to really be considerate about ourselves as well. So how do we really manage that? So um so we said there's a lot of things that we have to do for the day. The moment that we wake up, it's like our brains are already full of information, especially if we if we grab our phones and try to, just scroll the social media. We see a lot of things, and it actually brings us more stress than we need, right? And that's actually one of the ways that you can avoid that kind of stress, that kind of anxiety. Just don't grab your phone yet. When you wake up, don't grab your phone yet. And as a mom, even if like, oh, when you wake up, like it's like you're already rushing. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to cook the breakfast, I have to prepare the kids snacks, I have to prepare the kids' school, their clothes, their, those things add up to all of the anxiety, of the stress, of the overwhelm that you're gonna feel. And how do you really organize that? So first of all, when you wake up, don't grab your phone just yet. Don't grab your phone just yet. And this is where the morning routine comes in. So you really have to think about or to set yourself up for success for the day. Like just think about the day. Be present, right? When you wake up, what's the first thing that you should do? You should pray. First, pray, right? Pray for guidance. Pray for a smooth morning or a good day, right? Start your day with gratitude as well, because it helps you calm down your nerves. And also, if you can, like, at least do a 5 minute, meditation after the prayer, that's gonna help too, because you can at least try to organize yourself, organize your thoughts. What should I do first, what should I do next, those kind of things. And that actually really helps. I've tested that and it really works. And when you wake up early in the morning, you do those routines, like what we discussed since last year. The savers routine from the miracle morning, the silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading and scribing. That really helps a lot in setting ourselves up for success for that day. It makes a real difference. So that is where the organization techniques would come in. So first off, that morning routine. Establish that morning routine that will keep you organized for the day. And then of course, other organization techniques like note taking, keeping your calendar updated, also self control, right? Self control. Try to envision yourself in control of your day, right? Don't let just life happen. Don't let yourself be dragged into things that you haven't planned. It happens, yes, but you are in control of your life. You are in control of the things that you're doing. You are in control of the things that are happening to you. You are in control of how you react to things, and that is what where self-control comes in as well. I included it in the organization techniques because it's a technique that you can actually do that will make a difference in your organization, in your life organization. So, if you have your pen and paper handy, always you can just take down notes. If you have a posted calendar in your fridge and that's updated, that could keep you updated as well. What do you have to do? What will happen today? What you think are, I mean, you can anticipate, right? You can anticipate what's going to happen for the day and you can prepare for it, right? So that's what I also do in my home office. I have this paper calendar that I clip in the board, and I also have the weekly calendar, a magnetized one in the fridge that the kids and my husband can see every day as well. So at least they know, right, what's gonna happen, what's happening. And also, like, if I'm gonna do some kind of go live like this and they're here at home, if they see that in the calendar, then they're going to be considerate about it. Like, they won't be too noisy. You don't have to like shout at them like, "Oh, stop it." Things like that. So because it brings you stress as well. So those kind of little things makes a difference, and you don't need to do this all at once, everything at the same time. No, this is a habit that you need to establish for yourself, so that you can become organized, little by little every day. And once you have organized everything, once you are in control of what's happening, it's easier to add up, time for the things that you can still control. So, for example, if you've already organized your family schedule for the day or for the week, and you saw that you still have spare time to do some kind of flexible business like this, like an online business. So this is what actually happened to me before when I started this business. I knew that I have spare time, like 2 to 3 hours in a day, and I said I know I can still earn money for 2 to 3 hours in a day. What can I do? So if you have listed down all of your tasks, all of the things that you have to do for the day, then you can easily see where your time goes, and you will know that you will still have the time to spare to earn more, right? If you really want to add to your household income, or to contribute more for your, let's say, travel funds, for your sons or daughters college fund, things like that, or probably you're paying your debts, that's where you can start, building the life that you are in control of. So that's it. And also, one of the, I guess I'll say, detrimental ways that you can also battle the invisible load. How can you like drain and flush it? It's of course you have to be considerate about yourself, be appreciative of yourself as well. Because if you are doing all of these things for others, what will be left for you? If all of your energy will be for other people, what will be left for you? So I know a friend who's who always like gives everything out, like all out to the people that she loves, but she would always like ask for validation from others. So what's left? What's left inside of you? If you think that you've given everything out for others, that's why self-love, self-care, um, is very important as well when it comes to to handling the invisible load, because again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. It's better if it's so full, overflowing, that you can share it with others, right? So try to be considerate about yourself, appreciate yourself more, be grateful that you have a physical body because you have a soul, right? Be thankful of your physical body, concentrate on being grateful about the senses, your organs that you have, the health that you have, and also the blessings that are coming in your life, not just your family life, but for you personally. Like, ask yourself, are you happy? What makes you happy, right? Try to give that consideration and appreciation for yourself, because that is important too. Because what will you teach your kids in terms of self-love, in terms of self-care, if they don't see you doing that to yourself, right? If you're always pushing yourself to the limits, not being considerate of how you are feeling, how you are taking things currently, how are you feeling, how are you doing, right? So also another thing that's related to that, as I said, what can you teach your kids if you're not doing it yourself, right? You can actually try to share the load, the mental load, and the mental and emotional load to your kids, because that opens up a new perspective for them. Because sometimes, it's not just us who's busy, they're also busy, they have their own life, right? We know we're a family, but outside of the house, outside of the home, they have their own lives. And take time to communicate with them, to talk to them, to your partner, to your kids, whether it be like a family chit chat, or maybe a one-on-one, date, mother and son, father and daughter, or you as a couple, whatever works. um, it's also good to really be open with each other, to say what you want to say, like openly say what you want to say to your loved ones, to your partners, your kids, because that will definitely 101% make a difference in your relationship. And because if you give in to the invisible load, you carry that invisible load that leads to anxiety, to stress, to overwhelm, that can actually um, tarnish the relationships that you have with your partner, or with your kids, or within the family, right? So if you really don't want that, be open to your kids, to your husband, like what you're really feeling. I actually have learned about this a long time ago. Before, because before I don't really talk to my husband openly. I especially when you are a mom who has a strong personality, like you don't really want others to get inside of that bubble, like I can do this, like I mean, I'm confident enough to like take care of myself, even if we're partners, even in finance, right? Even if you are partners, sometimes you have your own salary, he has his own salary, and you don't even talk about it. Like you pay for certain, bills, but you don't really share that much how much is left with your own salaries during payday, and you try to spend it, however you like, however you want. And sometimes when you are like sharing, when you have like bills to pay that are shared, like for example, the kids college funds, sometimes instead of like, putting it or sharing with the savings for that fund, you just spend it alone, or you spend it however you like, and sometimes that causes miscommunication, right? And so we're trying to avoid that kind of miscommunication, that kind of misunderstanding. And that's why being open to your kids, your spouse, or your partner regarding your mental emotional load, the invisible load that we're talking about here, that actually flushes it out of your system, because that actually gives you a feeling that it's much lighter, to undergo. Even when you have a problem, if you share the load with others, that feels lighter, that feels easier to accomplish or to fix, right? So that's how we just try. Don't be too hard on yourself, but try your best to at least manage that invisible load first, before the physical load or the tasks that we have to do for the day. Because again, if you know how to control that or manage that, it's gonna be easier for you to go through your day, and you will still be considerate about others as well. You don't, have clashes with your spouse, with your kids. You don't lash out to your kids because you are too drained or too burnt out, and you'll have a more say uh, pleasant, uh, day with your kids, with your spouse, when you gather around at house or in your home, by the end of the day. So that's just a sharing from me, because again, as we go along in this journey, as moms, as workers, and a business owner as well, as a digital business owner as well, it's kind of hard to juggle everything. There are a lot of things that we have to do simultaneously, even sometimes. And we tend to forget that invisible loads piling up, and it's easy to just, kind of explode and burst out sometimes. And that actually damages some of our relationships, right? And we want to avoid that, because we want to live a good life. We want to have, a pleasant experience, a good experience, a happier home, with our kids, with our spouse, or with our partners. And I guess that's it. So I hope you got some value from that. I hope you, as a mom, I encourage you to organize your thoughts, organize your things by writing it down, because it really helps. And I know maybe others are already like not so used to writing. They're using their phones, but however you like it, just start writing it down or typing it down on your phone, because it really helps out a lot. um and because it's been there for too long. Like, I think it's just you who doesn't want it, or maybe too lazy to do it, but it works. I am actually kind of, doing the organization right now, start of the year. This whole January, my theme is to organize, 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 and I'm kind of preparing for the tax season. So I'm organizing, gathering around all of the receipts that I had from last year. I'm trying to note them down on a spreadsheet. So when the tax filing comes, it's easier for me to just pull it out and submit it. And especially now that we have an online business, there are a lot of tax write offs as well. So yeah, so that's it from me. And again, if you haven't watched our interview with Coach Rebecca, please do so. It's available. The replay is available in my FB business page and in my FB profile. Um, and in our family YouTube channel as well. I didn't create another YouTube channel because because I know that this digital business is also part of our family, and we are like collectively like doing this. We're helping each other do this. So I didn't create a business YouTube channel, but just our own family YouTube channel. It's the Tambis. Okay, the Tambi's Adventures in YouTube. You can just look for that, search for that in YouTube, subscribe, and watch the videos there. And also sometimes I do stream the replays in my Instagram business page. So for that one, I created an Instagram business page. It's _digital nomad. So you can also see, because I try to repurpose content. So I post there occasionally when it comes to business, the digital business that I'm doing. So you can also follow me there on Instagram. I also do occasional postings on TikTok, but I don't know if TikTok is already banned now. I can still access it, but I don't know when it will be banned or whatever. I haven't updated myself about that yet, but I will probably make a post about that. So yeah, so watch the live or the replays. And also, I just want to remind you guys, that we have in our online business. If you're interested, you can just register your name and email address in my website, aryangale.com, and I will send you more information and the next steps if you're interested to pursue or start your own online business as well. And just a quick plug, I am also having a live interview again on Monday. So I'll be interviewing Coach Roger and Renee. They are also one of our coaches and mentors in the online business community that have had success in this online business. Coach Roger was also an IT professional, and Coach Renee is also a healthcare worker as well. So I hope you'll tune in for that on Monday. I believe it's 6:30, but I'm gonna send out or post the invite and the topic for that interview session on Monday night. So that's it from me. I hope you got some value from this Go Live session. And thank you, thank you, thank you for watching the live or the replay. I'll see you again in my next live. Bye.